I'm Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Angela.
We are the Ink Mages. Join us as we discuss all things fantasy, world building, storycraft, myths and legends, and of course, our own imaginative stories.
Welcome to the Ink Mages podcast. We're so glad you've joined us. We are back from our January break, and we are excited to begin another year of podcasting with you all. So, for today, we thought it'd be fun to share a little author update for 2025 and what we've got in store for this year. So, Angela, tell us what books you've got in the works or any other fun things you've got coming our way.
Well, I have to say, this has just been a really eventful, fun start to the year. In January, I started really writing on a new book and I finished it. So this book, which I was really excited for, I think I've talked about it on the show before. It's called Shadows of the Forgotten Shore, which is a working title. Love any suggestions in the comments. Anybody who wants to, pipe in there. Still trying to find a title that has maybe one or two words in it. So far, haven't found anything that really sinks into my story. But this is an Irish paranormal romance, and
Ghost story, yes.
Yes, and I super love this story. It centers around a young girl named Nora who, after losing her mother, finds herself back in Ireland, which was where she was born and grew up until she was 12, and starts to discover some supernatural things, some ghosty things, some things tied to her family lineage that she kind of has to deal with. And anyway, it's very exciting. It's done. It's already being edited. It's in the hands of beta readers. I'm super excited about it. And then The Lost Son of Arcades, which was a book that I have finished just right near the end of 2024, will also be publishing this year. But I've decided to publish that one second to give myself some time to work on part 2, because it's a duology. So kind of excited about that one too. So I'll be having 2 books publishing this year, and with part 2 on the heels. And I'm also, for those of you who watched my Kickstarter episode, I'm also trying to kind of refigure out how I'm going to be launching a Kickstarter, maybe with Shadows of the Forgotten Shore, maybe with The Lost Son of Arcades, so that I can get an audiobook done at the same time.
That would be awesome.
Yes. So I'm kind of still trying to make decisions on that, because again, I think that Kickstarter is a really smart place for authors to go who want to build a fan base. But it's really not smart to try to just do audiobook. So it really is going to behoove me to try to do an audiobook alongside the release of a new book and kind of the launch of a new book. So, and even Eleanor and the Song of the Bard, I am really considering a second edition before I do an audiobook with that one. So that's kind of what's been happening. So many pivots. I think I'm learning just as an author, and as things change and shift, how important being a good pivoter is. And that's what I've learned with Kickstarter and a lot of other things. It's just worth stopping and figuring out what the best path is, than to forge ahead stubbornly and get things done maybe not the best way or as well done as they could be done. So
I think that's a good point for those of you who are authors or you're writing. I know some people, we think our first book, it's our baby, we have to get it out there like right away. Sometimes the order can surprise you.
Yes.
So, I mean, Angela was kind of ready to move into Lost Son of Arcades, and it's like, oh no, all of a sudden she had this new idea for a ghost story and wrote it real fast, and now that's the one that's got all the passion. So, be flexible with your writing. Sometimes it's okay to put a story or book series on the shelf for a little bit, because maybe the right door hasn't opened. So, be open to things like that.
I think it helps you grow too, because, if anything, we're learning as authors
Mm-hmm.
that you are actually building a platform, that you are learning how to be a marketer, and you're learning how to put yourself out there. And the more my platform is growing, the more essential I'm learning it is to be a quick pivoter and to not be afraid to really do needs to happen to get the right thing forward. And right now, for me, it's Shadows of the Forgotten Shore, and I'm really excited about it. I just really think this is going to be a good book. I think people are really going to like it, and I'm already getting caught my editor. It's so exciting.
There's so many twists and turns, and this story keeps you guessing. I was a critique partner, and there were multiple times I'm like, I think it's this. I think it's this. Oh, wait, no, she just threw me for a loop. Now what? Like,
my sister has just recently finished it. She was one of my beta readers, and she's like, it has like some mild M. Night Shyamalan vibes. And I was like, that just was the hugest compliment she could have ever paid me, because I worked really hard at the mystery and the reveals to kind of make you gasp and like not know what's going on until it all kind of comes out. And so if you love a book like that, that one's going to be coming soon, and I can't wait. So Stephanie, she's got a whole bunch of stuff heading this way as well. So let us know all about it.
So January was a productive month. I did a digital detox, so I was off of social media for a full month, but it really allowed me to focus in on a couple of writing projects. And the first one was resurrecting a story I put back on the shelf like 4 years ago. And it's called The Clash of Kingdoms, and it is the very first book I ever wrote.
Oh my gosh.
I started it back in 2013. So that's like, I don't know, a long time ago, 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
A long time. So it has sat on the shelf for a while, and I hired a developmental editor, and we just finished like last night. We just finished going through
Oh, that's so exciting.
The second read through. So it's taken us a month. So
yeah,
we've got it done, and then we're gonna look into querying it. So yeah, I want to at least try the agent route, or go traditional, see if I can find the right publisher, because this book is the first in a series of 8 novels.
Wow.
7 of which are written, and these are like, this is epic fantasy. This is like The Witcher meets House of Dragons.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's a big series, big words counts. We got the book, it's about 156,000 words, but
wow,
that is the smallest in this in the series, because the third book's like 224,000 words. So
wow.
It's a monster. So I need to find the right home, and I'm not going to rush. So I'm going to start the querying process, and that could take a year. Who knows? That could take 2 years.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I've got other books. So also in January, I finished the sequel to Heartsmith. Yay!
Yay!
And it is called Heart Wrecked. And your heart will get wrecked.
Yes, it will. I was the beta reader. I have a few chapters I still need to finish for the end, because I got a little heart wrecked. I did. I got heart wrecked, and I had to recover a little bit.
Your message was like, these villains are evil. I hate them. I need a break. I was like, oh gosh, Angela's really not happy.
I had a very serious emotional reaction, but honestly, it is a tribute to her good character development, because you care so much about her characters. And, again, I think I put in the text back to her, I'm the type of gal that stopped watching, what's the name of the show?
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey, because Matthew died. I was like, I'm
spoilers,
done.
But
I know. Yeah, sorry.
Hey, the show's been out forever.
Yes, yeah. And I couldn't. That was too devastating of a blow. Her book has not given me too devastating of a blow, but definitely I had to grieve a little bit. But it really is the point of the story, and the way you feel and the tumultuousness of it. It is so awesome. It really is such a good story. It is such a good aside to the Heartsmith, the first book, and yeah. I'm almost now I'm feeling a little bittersweet about finishing it, because now I know it's going to be over soon, and I'm like going to have to wait for the next one.
I'm excited to get your feedback. So that one came in at around 93,000 words. My goal was 85,000, so I went a little over. not surprised. I added 2 extra POVs to the story. So for those of you who love Sasha, our little gothic loving girl, you'll get to follow her along on all the adventure beats because
Mm,
Aaron is in a very dire place
yeah.
for book 2. So yeah, but I'm excited, and I will probably be doing beta readers soon. Just need to do one read
Yay.
through of revisions, and then I will be sending out on social media for asking for people to beta read if they want. So
Yeah.
yay! And that I don't even have a publishing date. It'll probably be 2026. But
Mm.
the book that is coming out this year in the fall is The Ghost Gambit, and that is book 3 in the Iron Kingdom series. So for all of you Iron Kingdom series lovers, after that cliffhanger in book 2,
Yes.
you will now get the 3rd installment, and it is a wild ride.
Yes.
The high stakes continue.
Yeah.
All the emotional hurdles continue. You get to follow along Rowan and Tahira and Akarin, and boy, does he steal the show.
He does.
Yes.
He does so much in this book, and I love this book for it.
So I am so excited. We will probably be starting developmental or edits probably in like 2 months. We'll see. I'm going to
Wow.
need to read through it again because it's been a year. I just got the memory
Wow, I can't
from
believe it's been
Facebook.
that long.
I just got the memory that I finished it a year ago. I was like,
Wow.
wow, it's
Yeah.
time to get back to it.
It doesn't seem like it's been that long. I feel like I just read it, but apparently it was
a
a
long
while
time ago.
ago. Yeah.
We've just been so busy and having so much fun writing books, podcasting, going
Yeah.
to Forks.
Yeah. Going to Forks, Washington. And
you went to Podfest.
I
You
went to
Podfest.
Yes, yes, which was a huge, huge event for me. I remember even feeling, because I've done so much traveling this year, and I'm a little bit more of a homebody. I like to be home. I like to be with my family. And I work for Square Tree Publishing, and they're like, we really need you to go to Podfest. I think it's important. Hey, actually, why don't you come and be a speaker at Podfest? And I feel like, I should have been excited about that. Like, yay, I'm going to Orlando, Florida. I'm going to be a speaker at Podfest. And Podfest is a really great place to get platformed, to be seen. And I just didn't want to go. I was like, I'm so tired. I don't want to travel. It was right after Christmas. I just kind of wanted to work on my books and hermit away a little bit.
We all want that as
Yes,
writers.
right. I was
Leave me
like,
alone.
just leave me alone. I don't want to have another thing. But I kept telling myself it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. And I'm telling you, it absolutely was. And it was a huge life-changing event for me. Part of it was being able to have the opportunity to be a speaker and have platform there, and see other authors and writers light up, and hear what I had to say. That was awesome. But I had a little idea while I was at Podfest, and my boss, Sherry Ward, again, I work for Square Tree Publishing. She was there, and Square Tree Publishing focuses more on books that are memoirs or self-help or teaching books, self-help books, those kind of things. And I told her, I said, I have an idea for this fantasy fiction wing, and Square Tree Publishing. And she goes, oh, you mean an imprint? And I was like, yes. And she jumped on it so hard and so fast. By the time I was done at Podfest and I was flying home, we were in the beginning stages of launching what is now called Lore and Legacy Press.
Come on.
So it is a new publishing company for Christian fantasy fiction writers, and we're really excited about it. We're still hitting the ground running. There's so many things developing about it. We're trying to look at potentially doing this as a traditional publisher, but we are wanting to do this in kind of a really brand new sort of way that not just benefits us as the publisher, but the author who comes to us. So there's a lot of things that we're really considering as we're moving forward to really make this something just entirely new. I think sometimes things need to be reinvented, and not just the hybrid, but no, traditional publishing, but in a way that really still creates opportunities for authors. I was talking to Sherry again just about all of the amazing things that are just percolating and ideas that are forming to really create something that's going to be an amazing space for all of these authors. So really excited. If you're interested and would like to know more about Lore and Legacy, we're having 2 interest meetings coming up. You can go onto my Instagram or even onto my Facebook. You can even go to the Square Tree page and find the link for the interest meetings. They are going to be February 20th and 25th. They're free to just come and find out what has already gotten started and what you can get in on now, or what's going to be available to you very soon, especially if you're a fiction author who's just been wondering what would be a good home for your book. Maybe us. So come to one of those interest meetings, pay attention to all the good news coming out. Really excited about it. If you're watching this podcast and it's past February 20th or 25th, 2025, there's going to be plenty of information that you can now go find about Lore and Legacy. So you can still email us at info@squaretreepublishing.com. And very soon you will be able to also email me at info@loreandlegacy.com. So those are ways you can reach out to us if you're interested. And these interest meetings have already passed and you want more information. But I'm really excited to be a part of this because, again, as an author, trying to find a place for people to be able to publish that isn't quite how the industry does things, but not a hybrid and not indie, has been kind of an interesting thing to kind of try to build up from the ground and kind of create this new space. So anyway, really excited about it. So check it out. And Stephanie is going to be one of our editors. So I am super excited about that as well. We've got some amazing people on board, and yeah. So I'm
excited too. I'm so excited. I'm excited to be part of it. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to attend the meetings.
Oh my gosh, yes. And yeah, you just come to the meetings, you find out about it, and you get to ask us questions.
Yes.
You could even let us know what you would like to see from a publishing company if you come to the meetings. That would really help us as we're continuing to develop this. And it will be developed soon. So you're hitting the ground running. We're ready for authors almost ASAP. So we're that far into it, but there are some things that we're still making decisions about. So coming to those interest meetings will definitely help us and maybe help you discover if it's the right place for you. So anyway, commercial over. Very excited about this though. And all of these amazing books that both Stephanie and I are coming out with this year.
Yes, you're awesome for reading 2. I did 2 last year in 2024, so I'm like, and that was a lot of work. So
yeah,
I am good with 1 this year. But you never know. Like I'm going to be querying, so I want time to be able to devote to querying, have 1 published. So it's okay. There isn't. You don't always have to just cram the year with getting books out. So do what's best for you and what you can handle.
Yes. And I think that's a good lesson. We had Havila on the show just recently, and I loved what she said. I think especially indie authors, we get on this train feeling like we've got to publish. And I do think there is wisdom if you have a series that you are publishing. You don't want to wait too long before you start publishing the next ones in the series. So sometimes even practicing patience to get some of the books written before you start publishing. But you don't have to compete with anybody. There's room at the table for all of you. I know there's this feeling like you have this huge amount of pressure to compete and get these books out. That is no good atmosphere for any good creative. And there really is room for what you're writing and what you're producing. And there is no emergency. Just don't stop writing.
Yes.
So, continue to forge ahead because, again, it just doesn't matter if the author next to you has published 3 in 1 year or 4 or 5 or some ridiculous number and you're still working on your first book. Just get it done and get it done well.
Yes.
And go down that road and see what doors open for you. So thanks for joining us. It's been so good to be back after I felt like a long break this time.
1 month felt like 3 months.
It really did. So much happened in our little break that it feels like it's been an eternity. So it's good to be back. We're going to have a buddy read episode coming soon. Of course, we're going to have interviews and more writing tip episodes and so much more. Please leave us a comment of an episode that you'd like to see us cover, movies, books, anything. Just Just let us know what you'd like to see us gab about. We'd probably be happy to jump down that rabbit hole with you. And if you'd like to sign up to have an interview with us or have us do a buddy read, just go to the Ink Mages link tree and you'll find a way to sign up right there. And thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, leave a like, and we'll see you next time.